will tell you how I jumped over 36 meters high. The day before, I was out on the water with the fly surfer team, testing gear, and we had a very good day. And just before I'm about to leave, Julian from the fly surfer team tells me, yeah, you're ready for tomorrow because it seems like a record-breaking day. And I didn't really realize it because here at the last moment, completely the whole forecast can change. And from that moment on, get goosebumps. I'm like, okay, I need to be ready. And I want to take out my 8-meter Sonic because that kite can fly me to the moon. I came home pretty late and I still needed to pack my foil kites in such a way that even in 60 knots I can just easily take them out and launch them successfully. As I'm packing my foil kites, making sure everything is prepped up as it needs to be, I'm getting messages from Misty Cliffs or Makassar. As I wake up, I'm just instantly sort of nervous because you know what you're going to do. You're going to take out the biggest size you can possibly hold down and just jump as high as you can. And you need to be really focused that nothing can go wrong. Your gear needs to be in check, everything needs to be in check, you need to be in check. I was pretty stressed, not knowing what the conditions will be. I will be riding at a spot that I've never guided before. So as we are about to get in the car, we're riding in a convoy of 3 cars. 3 really good friends of mine are joining. They're gonna help me on the beach to just break the record and make it happen. As soon as we drive on the parking lot, you almost have difficulty seeing where you drive because sand is flying everywhere. And as soon as you stop the car, we just hear this noise, sort of rain, hail hitting the car. But that was not hail, that was sand flying everywhere, rocks flying everywhere. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh shit. Shit is about to get very serious. A few storm chases back in France, it also was a ridiculously strong wind. The strongest gust that day was like 74 knots. And as soon as I got on the spot, I shit my pants because I see literally water flying off the water. There's just mist of water flying everywhere. That's how strong the wind was. And when I got to the spot, I didn't see that. So it was a little bit confusing to me, like, hey, is the wind really strong or isn't it really strong? So I get out of the car, run towards the beach because I don't want to get sand blasted. And quite frankly, the wind wasn't that strong. So realizing that, I sort of was disappointed because I was really thinking this is going to be a full survival session. But I thought, let me just go out there, have a blast. So I took out my 8-meter fly surfer prototype Era. Quite quickly I realized that the distance between the waves was not good enough. What this basically means is that to jump or to break a world record, ideally we want to have a clean runway and just a massive ramp, a kicker, a wave that comes towards you and you hit the wave and you just fly up. But quite often there is not much space between the waves, so you cannot really build up momentum, and the momentum is very important. So realizing this, once I was on the water, I was like, okay, let me just stop, let me save my energy and hope that it gets better. So off the water, I read out my surfer. It was 24 meters and my wool was like something like 26 meters. So I was quite disappointed, but at the same time I was like, yeah, the conditions, nobody's going to break the record in these type of conditions, so it's going to be fine, you know. So after a little while waiting in the car, I see other people going on the water, spending their energy, and I was like, hey, wait a second, the tide is getting lower and the waves are getting bigger. So this basically means one thing. That means that there is going to be more distance between the waves, making me able to hit that wave perfectly. So as I'm waiting, I see that the conditions are also actually improving, and at one point I got on the water because at that moment I just knew, hey, this is the moment to actually really give it my all and boost as hard as I can, which I did. In this session I rode for just an hour, and in this hour I had 4 jumps over 30 meters. So that's one 30-meter jump every 15 minutes, which is insane. I have never had experienced this. Once I was riding the second session, I had the realization like, okay, I need to be very smart about how I'm gonna ride right now, because if I waste my energy, it's just gone. I cannot get it back. I need to wait 2 or 1 day to get it back, and then the wind is gone. So I just need to be very specific on when I spend my energy. And that's what I done. So I was scouting the ocean, looking for the perfect wave, and as the perfect wave would come, would hit it full force. So the jumps itself, a lot of people ask me how it was to break my own personal best, what it feels like to jump over 36 meters. So it sounds maybe a little bit weird, but it just feels almost the same as jumping 25 meters. It's just that you hit the wave, and you hit the wave full force. It's like getting almost hit by a truck, but you shoot up, and then you tuck yourself in. I tuck myself in, so I tense my core, I look into the kite so I can see exactly where my kite is. I feel with my fingertips how the air is hitting the canopy of my kite, so every bit of air that's trapped in my kite, I can utilize. While I'm doing this, I'm not looking down, I'm just looking towards my kite, because if I look down, there's no use to it. I'd rather look up into my kite and see what's going on. And then as soon as I hit the peak, I stretch my leg to get that few extra centimeters in, and then it's just a landing. So then I top out at the peak of my jump, and I fly down and do sort of the same download I always do. That's what the experience is like. And if you go really high, it's just that the second lift is way longer than if you wouldn't go really high. Hey guys, I just wanted to share a little secret. I don't know if you know them already. This is called the Orca fin, and I was riding them while I broke my personal best. They basically made me able to jump 36 meters. This small corner makes me able to grip way more, and yeah, easily said, just lets me hold down a bigger kite and jump higher. If you want to jump higher instantly as well, I would definitely recommend getting these fins, because yeah, they make a huge difference. So if you want to check them out, there's a link in the description down below. And without further ado, let's continue the video. I got back off the water, really stoked. I knew that I would have flown high, but I didn't know exactly how high. I would say it wasn't that extreme compared to France, where I was literally surviving. I never had experienced something in France before. I was literally waiting for the gust to pass so I could jump, because if there would be a gust, it was impossible to jump. That's how strong the wind actually was. So we ran towards the car to read out the wound. Then we saw the score, 36.3 meters, and everybody was just so happy and cheering that the whole car was literally shaking because everybody went crazy. It was a really great moment. Still bummed that I wasn't able to film the whole experience or film the record or anything, but yeah, it is what it is. As you wake up in the morning, you're stressed to the bones because what's going to happen. I'm not able to just think about what type of content I'm gonna make. I don't like thinking about that in the moment, because I just need to mainly concern about safety. So that was my story, how I broke my personal record. I broke also the record of the most iconic kitesurfing country in the world, South Africa. I'm on top of it, which I'm very proud of. Wondering how long it will last. Basically, reflecting on the whole day, it just once explains that you need to be in the right spot at the right moment, and when that gust hits, you need to be ready, because if you're not gonna break your own record. So yeah, make sure, if you like this video, to subscribe to my channel, and really hoping and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. And who knows, on the next video we will be breaking the actual world record and have everything fully recorded. So yeah, see you on the next one. Cheers.